Hi, what does getting the glow look like to you? Well, I asked some of my friends who are getting the glow, and these are some of the responses that I got. I can hike again. I can get down on the ground to play with my grandkids. I was a candidate for glaucoma surgery, and now I am cleared. I don't have to ice my hands after I work in my garden. My hair and my nails grow like crazy, and my skin is moist and fuller than it used to be. That's what getting the glow inside and out looks like. Welcome, everybody. I'm Therese Hauk, and we have a special guest on tonight. We're going to talk about a couple of different products that help us get this glow. NRF2 PROTANDIM, our True Science liquid collagen, and then the two combined, which is our Healthy Glow Essentials stack. And then a little bit about who we are, what our company is all about. So, I don't have our slide of who we are. So I'll just say I'm Therese Hauk. I am a nurse. I am a yoga instructor and a consultant for LifeVantage. I did not want another job when I was introduced to these products, but I really wanted to use them. And I decided when I started to hear the science as a nurse, I am kind of a science geek, and it just clicked. It just made so much sense to me. And I've never had a product that just made so much sense. So I wanted to tell everybody about it, and I wanted to get my product paid for. So I became a consultant, and we have Dr. Rebecca Glasser on our call tonight. Dr. Glasser is a plastic surgeon. She's been a plastic surgeon for over 20 years and has been on our scientific advisory board for LifeVantage for 5 years. So we're so excited. She's going to be diving into collagen. So let's get started. We're going to start with this NRF2 activation. What is NRF2 activation? Well, NRF2 is actually a pathway in every cell in your body. Some people call it NRF2. And this pathway is responsible for signaling our cell when it gets a buildup of gunk in it, buildup from free radicals. Free radicals are what happen when we use oxygen. And the new term for free radical damage is now oxidative stress. And so this NRF2 pathway signals the cell, clean up, clean up, clean up. And so what does the cell do? The cell makes antioxidants. And we all know what antioxidants are. We usually try to eat them. We eat blueberries, we eat kale. I don't like kale, but we do try to eat kale, and that's supposed to help us clean out our cells. Well, unfortunately, we would have to eat like 3 bushels of kale and like a truckload of blueberries to see an effect, to see a reduction in oxidative stress damage. So with this pathway, if we can activate this pathway, then we're telling the cell to make antioxidants, and then the cell, every single cell in your body is making antioxidants. And so instead of just one and done, like when you eat food, it's like 1 trillion to 1, because you're activating every single cell in your body to make antioxidants. So this is such an important discovery, such an exciting new concept, that the Washington State University in 2015 came out with this statement: NRF2 is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. NRF2 may become the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. Very powerful statement, right? So why is cleaning out all of this oxidative stress damage, why is that so important? Well, Oxidative stress is what causes inflammation in our cells. And inflammation is the root cause of most diseases, any itis that you can think of. And so this is just a really nice illustration to show what oxidative stress looks like. If you cut an apple in half and you let it sit, you know how it gets brown and wrinkly and really ugly? That's oxidative stress. So that's what's happening to our cells on the inside of our body. They are just getting gunky and full of and damaged, basically, and inflamed. And we have been shown that, we have shown that there's many studies that are linking lack of NRF2 activation, lack of it, to different disease processes. So here's what NRF2 does. It activates our survival enzymes. Wow, that sounds pretty good, right? So improves cellular function, removes toxins, reduces premature aging. I'm all about that. Eliminates cells that are beyond repair, so it just gets rid of them. And then it protects against cellular stress. So this is the product that activates this pathway. It's called PROTANDIM, NRF2 Synergizer. And what we have been able to show is if you use this product for 30 days, you will see a reduction in your oxidative stress levels by 40%. No other product on the market can make this claim. It's amazing. 5 herbs, this is all natural. 5 herbs, they're listed at the bottom of this slide: turmeric, milk thistle, green tea extract, ashwagandha, and bacopa. All 5 of these herbs are powerful antioxidants in and of themselves, but it's the 5 working together synergistically that causes this pathway to be activated so that our cells can fight off all of this free radical damage. And we've also been able to show that we can increase longevity. The study was done on mice, and they were able to increase the length of their life by 7%. So there's not any other supplements out there that can make that claim either. So it's quite amazing. So let's switch gears now and dive into our True Science Liquid Collagen. We just came out with this product about a year ago, and we are having phenomenal results. And like I mentioned, we're very fortunate we have Dr. Glasser on the line to share with us how this works and why it works.
Wonderful. Thank you, Therese. And, the beautiful thing about collagen is so much of it is visual. What can you see when you take liquid collagen? So here's a couple of examples that you can look at right off the bat. And, these were some of the early examples that we got. We were looking at 30-day results, and then I'm going to show you some longer results at 5 or 6 months out, so you can really see those changes. But, what happens? Well, collagen is one of those things we lose as we age. And so just look at some of these before and after results. If you look at the young lady on the left, her skin just looks tired. It looks ruddy. Her eyes look very heavy. She has bags under her eyes. And then you look at her at 30 days and she just looks lighter and brighter. Her eyes are more open. Her eyelids are so much improved, both the upper and the lower lids. And then on the right-hand side of your screen, you look at this gentleman. And again, the thing I love about gentlemen is they don't use any other products. So when you start them on any sort of a regimen, you really can see those dramatic differences. He's got a lot of aging of his skin. You can tell he has significant sun damage. Look at what we call the crow's feet, or those smile lines along the sides of his eyes. Look at the difference there. His skin has a much more healthy glow. It's hydrated. It just looks so much better. And then clearly those appearance of those crow's feet is diminished. So here's just a few examples of what's going on. Let's dive into it a little bit more. So why do we need collagen? Well, collagen is one of those building blocks of so many parts of our body, whether it's our skin, our hair, our nails, our joints, our immune system. And so what happens, well, look at that. Even at the age of 20, you start losing collagen. Can you imagine? You always figured at 20, you'd have everything you need, right? But then as you continue down the scale, you can see as you're getting into your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, that collagen amount is diminished dramatically. So when you're 60, I'm almost 60, it's dropped down to 40% of what you originally had. So replacement of collagen is something we have been looking for in the aesthetics business for a long time. All right, next slide, please. So there's a lot of different collagens on the market. And so our company, we're an activation company. So Therese really just talked to you about how to activate your genes at a cellular level through the product PROTANDIM NRF2. And what's it doing? It's turning on, it's flipping a switch of those genes that had gone to sleep in order to make more of those good guys, to make more antioxidant enzymes, more anti-inflammatory enzymes, anti-fibrotic enzymes. These are all good things for the body at a cellular level. So why not do the same thing with collagen? Let's flip a switch and turn on our collagen. So next slide, please. So there's a number of different collagens on the market. And if you look at the history of collagen in plastic surgery, we used to inject collagen. For example, let's say you wanted to plump up your lips, we would inject collagen and it would last for all of 2 to 3 months, which is terrible for having to do an injectable. So then what came on the market? Well, we started getting collagen pills, collagen powders. The problems with those were they weren't very well absorbed and they just didn't work. Then came the next phase of liquid collagen, and that's what we have some competitors out there who have liquid collagen. So the question always becomes, well, what's different? What's different about your collagen compared to the other collagens out there? And in this case, I want you to see that our liquid collagen is activating collagen in 3 different ways. So the first one is the most important, activate. It's doing the same thing as PROTANDIM. It's activating your genes that are responsible for making more collagen. There's nobody else on the market who has that. Just like there's no one on the market who makes PROTANDIM to activate your genes. This really distinguishes us from the other companies that are out there. But in addition to that, we want our collagen to replenish the collagen that's been lost. This is the typical approach. But the other one is, the other thing that makes us unique is it also helps maintain your collagen. And it does that by turning on those genes which prevent the breakdown of the collagen that you have. So again, it's an activation collagen. That's what makes us different. Next slide, please. So, you know, we as science geeks, we do like to show a little bit of science here. And this is just a great one looking at collagen density. So if you look at week 0, which is on the far left-hand side of your screen, you can see that that picture has a lot of black in it and a lot of green in it. And what that means is if you look on the sliding scale on the left, the black and the green mean that the collagen density is low. There's not much collagen in that picture. It's at 30.5. But as you look at week 4, you see that that collagen density is increasing. But look at week 8. This is 2 months out. And if you look at those colors, all of a sudden you're seeing a lot of yellows, a lot of oranges, and a lot of reds. What that means is the collagen density has increased, but pretty darn remarkably. 68.5 from 30. That's over double the amount of collagen density that was in there from the beginning. So let's translate that clinically and look at some more of these pictures. So let's see what else we have. This one, to me, this was, we picked this because this is a year on collagen. And as Therese said, that's about how long our product's been out. This is dramatic in so many ways. I mean, this woman is absolutely gorgeous. Look at her skin. We talk about get that glow. Does she have the most healthy glow you have ever seen? But let's look and scrutinize a little bit more. I mean, we are in plastic surgery here. Let's look at it. Look around her eyes. Do you see how that filled in her lower lids, filled in her cheeks? Look around her mouth. What happened to those wrinkles, those marionette lines? Look down to her neck. I mean, she just turned back the clock dramatically by the combination of these products. This is just a remarkable 1-year result. Okay. Next slide, please. Here's another one. You want to go dramatic? Okay, this woman, again, just gorgeous, just gorgeous. She looks like a new person. And again, when you look at the far left on day 1, she looks tired. She looks like she's gotten beaten a little bit by the sun. She's enjoyed a very active life, but she shows it. Look around her eyes, look around her mouth, look at her lack of volume in her cheeks. Look at the quality of her skin. And then you look at day 120, then you look at 5 months out. This is dramatic improvement. Her cheeks are fuller, her lower lids are filled out. You can see her beautiful eyes. Her skin is smoother. I mean, this is amazing. Next slide, please. So we talked about the neck. To me, the neck is such a tough place. You know, I think when we all started this product, we wish we took more pictures of our neck because we didn't think of it. But the neck, again, what happens? You get that kind of turkey neck, you get that loose neck. And what's happened is she's filled in that architecture, that underlying building blocks of her skin, the collagen. It's really given her a dramatic result. And you cannot get this without surgery. This is just fantastic. Next slide, please.
Or collagen.
Or collagen. Sorry. Next slide. So, you know, as we're looking at things, okay, so what does collagen affect? It affects our skin, our hair, our nails, our joints. So how many people lost some hair during COVID? It is probably the #1 thing that happened when people got COVID was they lost their hair, and it's never really come back. So this lady is local here in Grand Junction, and this is such a great picture going, oh my God, my hair's coming back. Look at all this growth. All right. So it really can affect hair growth. Next picture, please. This one I put in specifically because a friend of mine came over the other day, and my dog, who's a very exuberant lab, very happy to greet people, he jumped up on her and he immediately tore her skin on her arm because her skin is very similar to this gentleman's, where it's frail, it's fragile, it bruises easily, it scrapes easily, it tears easily. So look at this gentleman on collagen. It's dramatic at 45 days. Because again, what is collagen doing? It's the building blocks. It's that underlying architecture. And what our studies really showing is it's upregulating that epidermal barrier to help support skin strength and resilience. Do you know how important that is for all of us? Our arms, our legs, all of our body as we're getting older, our skin is that important protective barrier. And that collagen is helping build that. You know, when we're doing plastics, we're thinking of one area, but remember your skin is your largest organ of your body. It is your entire body that you're affecting by taking liquid collagen. Next slide, please. Your legs, does anyone feel like as their legs age, you're like, what happened? You know, I don't have my nice legs that I used to when I was younger. So these before and after pictures, I think are are just wonderful, showing again that buildup of that dermal layer in our legs and all of our skin. Next slide, please. So what does collagen do? Okay, so again, we're working on our skin primarily. That's what we think of. Our hair, our nails, our joints. Did you guys ever think about how much collagen is in your joints? And when you combine our liquid collagen with what Therese told you about with PROTANDIM NRF2, that's working in a cellular level in order to decrease inflammation, what's that going to do for joint repair? What's that going to do for our quality of life? All right, next slide, please. So, with this combination, actually, if you'll go back one last time, that last slide is showing the Healthy Glow Essentials stack. So it's basically saying, listen, when you combine these two products together, they actually have a synergistic effect in order to help all of these things. So the PROTANDIM NRF2, you're activating those survival genes at a cellular level. You're working throughout the body. And then the collagen, again, you're activating those genes that are helping with skin, hair, nails, joints, but also our immune response. So it's a wonderful combination that we have. Therese, I'll turn it right back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Glasser. That was awesome. Let's switch gears now and talk a little bit about who we are. So, we're not a fly-by-night. We're not just a quick start company that just came up with this last year. No, we've been around actually since 2003. Our flagship product was the PROTANDIM NRF2 that I told you about. That was the only product we had in the beginning, and we actually sold it at GNC stores. And if you can imagine, how long did I take to tell you how that works? Can you imagine me taking a bottle up to a little store clerk and asking them, how does this work? The store clerk could not explain that. And so that business model did not work well for us. And we were about ready to file bankruptcy in 2009. And we switched from retail to direct sales at that time, which is where we are today. And so since we switched to direct sales, we have flourished as a company. We are publicly traded on the NASDAQ. Our call sign is LFVN. We are debt-free. Our headquarters are based in Salt Lake City. It's a wonderful company for many, many reasons. John Canonis did a story on us in 2005, so that was quite a while ago, but it's a very powerful message that he shared, because he tried to come in and debunk our product, our PROTANDIM, and he wasn't able to. People have looked him up, and today he is still taking PROTANDIM. That speaks powerfully.
I'll just add, Therese, we did, you talked about we're a publicly traded company. We actually just rang the closing bell on the NASDAQ 2 weeks ago for the second time. And I think it's very important that we are publicly traded, because not only are we regulated as a vitamin, but we're also regulated by the FTC, or the Federal Trade Company. So when you're looking at our website and you're looking at our products, it's important to understand that they can't put anything on the website that isn't true, because it would affect our stocks. Okay, so very important to understand that we are publicly traded. We do have a number of studies that are published on PubMed.gov. We have 28 peer-reviewed studies on PROTANDIM NRF2. That's just unheard of in the vitamin industry.
It is. And so when we talk about direct sales, the model that we utilize is network marketing. And network marketing is not what it was of yesteryear. This model has over $325 billion in sales globally. This is a trend. It's growing. It's continuing to grow. It is a very viable business model, and we love it. We love it, and we are very successful doing this network marketing model. So don't be afraid of it. I mean, I don't have a garage full of products sitting in my, garage. Nobody else in my downline does. We all use what we buy, and we don't have to buy more. We just use what we buy. So if you're worried about that, you don't have to worry about that. Okay. This is a proven system. I love it because I can work at home. I can do this in my quiet times, when my downtime, when I, am waiting for the laundry to change. I can get on my phone and talk to a couple of people. You can do it just in the nooks and crannies of your day, or you can actually fully embrace it like Dr. Glasser did and make it your full-time job. I still work part-time at the hospital, and my goal is to be just like Dr. Glasser and not have to work at the hospital eventually. So this is something that it's not a get rich quick scheme. Say that fast 3 times. That's not what we're saying at all, but it works if you work. It just takes time. It does take time. Did you want to say anything more about this?
Yeah, I think it's important to always recognize what's going on in the world right now. And, when you look at the numbers right now, we're finally getting a hold on inflation. But what does that mean? Well, inflation, the number of inflation itself is going down. But have you noticed that prices are not? They're just not going up. So have you bought a gallon of gas lately? Or have you gone to the grocery store? Or maybe you're shopping for your kids right now for back to school. And what you will see is all prices are elevated, and that people are taking money out of their retirement, out of their savings, just to live month to month, because the cost of living is so high. And so to me, being able to generate a side income that's online, where you don't have to have product, where everything's ordered from the company, directly from the company, makes so much sense in this kind of environment that we're all facing right now, because things are not getting easier and the economy is not where we want it to be. So this is a wonderful answer.
So a lot of you might be thinking, all right, these products are kind of interesting. I want to do a little research, and that's great. We have a really nice Facebook group that has just a ton of research articles, stories, testimonials, videos. If you're interested in learning more, please talk to the person that invited you to this meeting and get on that group so that you can do some research. If you're just like, oh, sign me up, I want to do this, again, talk to the person that invited you, and we can get you going, get you started on product. You can become a customer. We love our customers. Or if you're just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, I know 10 people that need to be on this stuff, I think I could sell this. And I say sell, but really it's just sharing. It's just sharing information with people. And so if you're that person, again, talk to the person that invited you, and we will get you going as a consultant. There's lots of opportunity and option. So thank you all so much for tuning in and listening. And like I said, connect with that person who invited you to answer any further questions. Thank you, Dr. Glasser, as well.
Thanks for having me. Thanks everyone for joining us.